I'm playing a cop, how he's battling his demons. Describe Shaitan in one line, I would say it's about fighting the demons within yourself, around you. In my head, not insecure. I like to do things at my own pace. Picking up stuff from the grocery store is equally important for me. And I would love to romance women on screen too. No, I can't do this, or this is going to be difficult. Can I pull this off? But I'm romancing someone and I'm not supposed to be. I envy Bijoy, Rajeev. Why can't I do things, which these directors can do? I just want to be Rajeev Khandelwal. Hi, my name is Rajeev Khandelwal and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.
We would love to do a Sach Ka Saamna, but we'll settle for the Shaitan for today. We have with us Rajeev Khandelwal. Pleasure having you in Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much. My pleasure too.
Shaitan, your next film is coming up shortly, that is on 10th of June. But one of my friends told me that when we saw the promo of Shaitan, I had to see it 2-3 times to just find out where is Rajeev Khandelwal in the promo.
I'm sure she will not have to put in that much of effort when you watch the film.
Something about the film, because the promo, the response has been phenomenal, in fact.
Shaitan, it's very difficult to kind of talk about the storyline of the film, because it's actually the narrative. It's just the way Bijoy has narrated the whole subject. If I was to describe Shaitan in one line, I would say it's about fighting the demons within yourself, around you, whether you succumb to those demons or whether you fight and overcome those demons. That's probably, for me, the one-liner of the film.
Right, and what exactly are you doing in the film?
I'm playing a cop who's suspended and for whom nothing is going right, be it his personal life or professional life. How he's battling his demons and how he overcomes and things eventually fall in place for him. But he has to go through a roller coaster ride to reach that point of peace.
You did an Amir and your performance was appreciated. You are a huge television name already. But why didn't you do too many films post Amir? I think you're only doing one more film, which is soundtrack.
Not that I'm very choosy, but I like to associate myself with projects where I am excited about the content, about the people I'm working with, and you don't get a great script supported by a great team every day. So for me, it's not the count of films that I do or count of number of projects that I'm part of. It's for me, it's all about looking back. That okay, I was a part of Amir, I was a part of Sach Ka Saamna, I was a part of Kahin To Hoga or Left, Right, Left, or for that matter, Time Bomb, all those things that I've done. In my head, not insecure. I like to do things at my own pace. Plus, it's not just work for me in life. It's not just about being seen all the time. It's also about living my personal life. It's also about attending to my parents. It's also about my now wife. It's also about traveling. It's also about doing other things.
Sure.
Picking up stuff from the grocery store is equally important for me. So all these things mean life to me.
Fantastic. Picking up the stuff from the grocery store is all that fine, but I'm sure that the fame is addictive, and you've had a romantic image. I think your television innings that you've had, you've been a very, very popular romantic figure in terms of young girls and all. So wouldn't you want to do a typical song and dance kind of movie that romancing Priyanka Chopra or some other actress or something?
And I would love to romance women on screen too. For me, I'll tell you what, I like experimenting with stuff. I like doing projects where I feel challenged, where I feel that, okay, where the first reaction is, no, I can't do this, or this is going to be difficult. Can I pull this off? Doing things that I've already done, playing a romantic role on television would have been easier for me because I've experienced it. I can handle that. But doing an Amir was a challenge. The moment I read the script, I said, okay, can I pull this off? So the fun and the excitement is far more in doing things that you haven't done in the past. I haven't romanced on screen in terms of films, but you'll see a film coming by the year end where I'm but I'm romancing someone, and it's all about. But again, there is some edginess to that romance. It's not the routine.
What's that movie?
I don't know whether I should talk about it. It's too early, but it's called Rak.
Rak. Okay, Amir Khan has done a Rak earlier.
Yeah, he's done.
But I think in a way you are going the Amir Khan way. You do less films. Your first film was named Amir, and you're choosy about your films. You have other priorities in life as well.
क्या करने वाले हैं उनके साथ? Just a coincidence. No, I'm not trying to emulate anyone's style of working. It's just me, I guess. I'm comfortable doing it this way. To each his own. It suits me. I'm comfortable doing the stuff that I'm doing. I am secure in my head. I am doing things because I love doing, love being a part of this industry. So sure. I don't know. I'm not trying to follow anyone. I just want to be Rajeev Khandelwal. That's it.
Sure. Okay, and who's the director of Rak?
Tanuja Chandra.
Tanuja Chandra. Okay. That's the film. Vinod Chopra Productions, I think.
I am not allowed to speak much about it.
I think we've heard about that. I think Sonu Nigam has sung a song for it as well. Sonu told us about it.
I'm not supposed to speak.
Yeah. I'm sure Rajeev Khandelwal is a very popular name, but apart from that, you must be having some role models in terms of actors or.
No, I don't. I really don't have. I don't draw inspiration from anyone.
Like Dilip Kumar, Amitabh Bachchan, everyone has those names.
I'm fond of all these people. I really look up to them for their success, for the kind of stuff that they have done in the past. But it's not about getting inspired from anyone, for that matter. I feel all of us have the right to live our life our way and not draw inspiration and absorb it in our life. You know, why not be an inspiration for others?
And this is your another film with Anurag Kashyap. Amir, he was the producer as well. Now he is the producer as well. So what is it in Anurag Kashyap that, in a way, that you guys gel well, or do you like his ideology towards filmmaking?
I love Anurag Kashyap, as a person. I love him as a director. I love him because he eats, lives, breathes cinema. The moment you are working with Anurag, you can actually just be assured that it's going to be a good film. It's going to be good cinema at least. At least the effort is very genuine, very passionate, very focused. It's not for him. It's not about doing a project. For him, it's whether he's producing a film, whether he's directing a film, it's making good cinema. Right. So that's what I love about Anurag. And he's a genuine guy. He's a gem of a person. I love working with people who are passionate, who don't just do things for the sake of doing things. So he's involved, and I know. See, Anurag is the kind of a person, he's not directing this film. But when he saw the first cut of the film, he called me up and he said, I envy Bijoy, Rajeev. Why can't I do things, which these directors can do? Which speaks volumes about his security, which speaks volumes about his love for cinema, for good films, be it his film or someone else's film. So it's always a learning experience when you're working with someone like Anurag Kashyap.
When we talk about Shaitan, whatever stuff that has been written about it in various forums and other places, it's like it's a very edgy film. It's just signifies what today's youth are all about, and there's a certain amount of rebellion amongst the youth as well. But do you feel as a responsible citizen that maybe in a way that you're also giving out a certain symbolism to the youth of today, which is maybe not really positive, like just dumping the television set on a head of somebody, or all those aspects, the violence?
Correct. See, that exists in our society, but the end is what we have to look at. So yeah, so I mean, yeah, how the film concludes. So if you're talking about sending across a message to the younger generation, then it's reflecting their lifestyle and what it can lead to, and what we should learn from people like the characters who are a part of the film. Right. So it's not about glamorizing or anything. It's about reflecting what happens in our society today, and what should not happen, because I think that goes out very subtly in the film. This film is not about preaching people. It's not about teaching anything or sending across great message. It's a very subtle message which I'm sure people will pick up from the film. I'm sure nobody would want to be like certain characters in the film. So I think, yes, it's in some way, in a very subtle manner maybe, it's going to wake up the younger generation.
Anurag also has very high regards for Bijoy Nambiar. He's like too many praises for the guys. What exactly is Bijoy Nambiar all about? He has a Mani Ratnam as a
Bijoy
schooling ground in a way.
Correct. Bijoy had come to me with the script about a year and a half back.
The English version or the revised version?
The first version.
Which was supposed to be produced by Ashok Amritraj.
Yeah, I had heard about it. He had not mentioned about the producers then. He'd come to me with the script, and I had declined because I think he didn't have a producer on board then. I declined because I said, listen, the first draft is exciting, but somehow I don't feel like jumping into it straight away.
Sure.
I think then he went and met some others and came back to me after a year with the same amount of passion, with the same amount of focus. And I still said, you don't have a producer on board because you need someone who believes in the script, not someone who's trying to just make a project. So he said, Rajeev, I'm talking to some people who are serious filmmakers, and they'll do justice to the subject. I still kind of wasn't really sure that I should do this film or not. And then finally he came back to me again, and that what surprised me was his amount of involvement in the project, his focus, his determination that I want you, I see you, I can't do without this, without you in playing this character. So he was so sure of himself. So that was the first thing that struck me, that Bijoy is a focused guy. He knows what he wants. And then when Anurag called me up and he said, I'm doing Shaitan, Rajeev, let's do Shaitan. And then that finally sealed the whole deal. So first thing that comes to my mind when I talk about Bijoy is that he's a very focused director. I always tell him that we normal people, we have 24 hours in a day. He has always 30 hours in a day.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, now Rajeev Khandelwal, fact is that you're doing a Shaitan, your film is coming out, the promo is all over the place, Amir has been there. But last 2-3 years, you are known on the streets as the guy who hosts Sach Ka Saamna. Okay, in today's times, when the biggest of stars, maybe they're not repeated for the second terms. Now you've been repeated for the second term. The first term had its fair amount of controversies, rocketing TRPs as well. So what is it about Sach Ka Saamna that you think that really work with people?
हिम्मत चाहिए, हिम्मत चाहिए. क्या आप में है हिम्मत सच का सामना करने की? We rocketed the TRPs of the news channels because and it was not the other way around. Okay. The show was, it's just a brilliant show. I love the show. I'm doing season 2 because I love that show. I love the format. I love the content. I love the way Siddharth Basu handles the show, with a great amount of sensitivity. I'm not doing it because the show was very popular last year. I knew it last year itself that when season 2 comes, I have to be a part of it. And I'm pretty fortunate that I was approached for season 2. The show rocks. The show is great because you connect to the show instantly. I did that show because I could connect to the show the moment Siddharth Basu sent me the DVD of the English version.
Sure.
I saw it and I had refused. When Mr. Basu approached me, I said, Babu, I don't participate in reality shows. So he said, I'm not talking about participating, I want you to host this show. And I said, I don't have dates. He said, just watch this DVD. Have you seen Moment of Truth? I said, no. I saw the DVD. Same evening I called him and I said, I want to do this show. But I'm not sure whether I have dates or not, but I want to test for this show, audition for this show. Next day morning, I go there for the audition. I say, I don't want the script. Let me do it because I want to feel good hosting the show, because it's not about doing the show. You reject me, you accept me, but I want to do it my way. So no scripts. And we did it. By evening, we had this American, the guy who had conceived this whole show internationally. So he says, we like him.
As a viewer, it's a very interesting concept for you as a host, because you're the one who's just putting people in spot and all.
I'm not putting anyone in spot. No.
But the thing is, when Vinod Kambli says stuff about Sachin Tendulkar, it becomes a national controversy.
But I asked him a number of times, do you want me to ask this question? He knows all the questions.
Right.
So for me, I know people say that, Rajeev, आप तो लोगों को डरा देते हो, आप लोगों को
डरा नहीं देते, आप लोगों को बहुत मुश्किल में डाल देते हो.
See, this is the beauty of the show. They are aware of all the questions. They want me to ask those questions, and I repeatedly ask them, do you want me to ask the next question? The next question can have such and such repercussion. We live in a society which is scared of accepting certain things. So you have to face the world out.
But the money is involved as well. Some of the people who are coming, I think they can definitely do with the money that you guys are offering.
For some, it could be money. For some, it could be catharsis. For some, it could be, let's see how truthful I can be. For some, it could also be, let's be a rebel. Let's accept everything in the world, out in the open. So I've still yet to figure out why would anyone want to come and confess the truth in front of the whole world. All I know, it does good. And it can only do good to the society, to whoever is watching the show, because all you do is, when you watch the show, is ask the question to yourself. I do that. Each time I ask a question, I ask that question to myself and I say, oh, can I answer
You
to that?
ask the question to yourself, but the thing is, if someone puts you on the other side of the seat and asks you, like say for example, randomly I'm just asking, let's say for example, when was your first kiss, or did you exactly have a relationship with that particular actress in the television serial? So
I haven't reached a point where I would want my truth to come out. For me, it's probably all those contestants who come on the hot seat. They have reached a point where they want the truth to come out. So it's, and I wouldn't say
that is interesting. But many a times they're having a good television, they're having a fantastic exposure and all those things. But still, I'm asking objectively to you. Say for example, if someone puts you in a seat and asks you those questions, so will you be?
See, the thing is, I don't want my truth to come out right now. I'm not prepared for it. Now, this can have many connotations. Yes, I'm scared to confess to all that I've done in my life. Even though I'm no different from probably you or probably anyone else, we all have our grey areas. So I am never judgmental about the contestants who come.
But having a relationship is not a grey area necessarily.
No, I'm saying, I'm not talking about the relationships and all. I'm talking about other things. That grey, when I say again, grey is again, you can't define.
Subjective.
Yeah, it's very subjective. So for me, I think my personal life is not up for grabs for the world to kind of peek into my personal life.
Yet,
so
maybe sometime later you.
Maybe when I reach a point. But as of now, no.
What are you doing next after Shaitan?
After Shaitan is Soundtrack, which is slated for release in August as of now. Again, a film that I'm looking forward to. It's a very different film. It's a very different role that I'm playing.
Okay.
I'm playing a musician, a DJ who comes from a small town, becomes big. How the excess of everything hits him, what happens to him, how everything hits rock bottom, how he comes back, etc., etc. So it's a very challenging role for me. The look is very different, the approach is very different, and I have a brilliant technical team and brilliant co-stars.
Fantastic. And then you're having Rak of Tanuja Chandra, which you're not supposed to talk about. Fantastic. That was Rajeev Khandelwal, whose next film Shaitan is coming out, and he has spoken about his working style, which is very different from what we usually get to see in Bollywood. And we also tried to just put him in a spot about Sach Ka Saamna, but he has come out very clean. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama. Lovely to have you, and all the best wishes for Shaitan and all your future ventures.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.